Hey everybody, Tom Barnish, Chicago Scene. I'm in the Wrightwood neighborhood on Chicago's South Side, and you see that right there. That's the end result of the work that happens here at Inner Voice in the Wrightwood neighborhood. It is Veterans Day today, and just like many of you watching who have family and friends that are a veteran, they fall on hard times, and there's all programs out there that can help them get back on their feet, and this place is one of them. From providing shelter inside here, living quarters, and also job placement opportunities. I'm going to talk to John, who helps with the job placement. I'm going to talk to Halbert, who oversees this entire organization to help the veterans get back in their right regimen as far as medication and having living quarters. And then, as you just saw who walked by, that was Henry. He's the veteran, Navy veteran, who was here for 3 months, got himself a place to stay, got himself a job, and now he's on his way to his apartment. That is the Chicago Scene for today. All right, so I've made my way to the back oasis of Inner Voice, and I'm here with the three gentlemen that all have a story to tell. But first of all, I want to introduce you to Henry. Henry, you're a veteran. You were in the Navy, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right, so I'm going to talk to you in 1 second, and then I have John here. And John, you help some of these veterans get back on their feet in terms of jobs, right?
That's right.
Okay, I'll talk to you in 1 second, but first, Halbert here. You are the man who gave me the tour. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. How are you?
Fine, and you?
I am great. I just got this wonderful tour of this new facility that you had opened up here in March right off of Western Avenue in the Wrightwood neighborhood, and you help these veterans get their living quarters situated, get back on medication if they need to, correct?
Correct.
All right, so how does that work, and how does it work for these veterans when they come in and get started?
So the veterans, they're referred here from various services and providers. We do a screening intake. We have a low demand and bridge population, where some may be matched with housing providers. And we take participants who may not fare well in traditional residential treatment programs. So we meet the participants where they are, work with them, house them first, and then create a plan within their individual service plan for their goals and objectives to reach independent living.
And you talked about it earlier, where some of these veterans, this might be the last stop, or this might be it. This is the last line of defense for them to get them the help that they need to get back on their feet and moving forward in life.
And that is true. They may not have fared well in other traditional programs where they may not have been medically compliant, may not have respected the rules and curfew, where we're able to assist participants where sobriety is not a means for them to be received in a program, but we engage them in treatment, and we work with them to match them and link them with support services as they're willing to agree and to cooperate.
Not only that, but I was lucky enough to be here on a day where we had gumbo. And that's one of the big things. You said, what were the happiest parts of the day? Talk about that, because I thought that was great when we were in that. What was that room that we were in?
So the dining room, so that's where the participants, they're the most jolliest. And so the happiest time is in the dining room between 7:30, 12, and 5. So that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so today, yes, our new chef, Christina Ward, right now is cooking a very good pot of gumbo, and so I'm looking forward to enjoying it as well.
And that room also serves as a meeting room where you have the community meetings that are mandatory, which basically everybody kind of comes together, talk about the topics of the day for that particular week, and you move forward even to telemedicine during the pandemic and things like that. It's a multifunctional room, right?
That is correct. It is multifunctional. Not only is it the dining room, it's the community room. Also, as you were just speaking, telemedicine, where they're communicating with nurses to talk about topics that are pertinent and specific to their health need and concerns. Where while we were in during the pandemic, where they couldn't really go out much and have the direct access.
And there's other things for the vets to do in this space. We're in the backyard, where this is a nice tranquil yard, and also you have the lounge area where it's a nice spot there where they could kind of just hang out and relax a little bit.
Oh, that is awesome. So the Residence Lounge is just a great place for the participants to kick back, watch a good football game. We have also a library. They even have their own refrigerator where they can have their beverages if permitted during games. A great place to be able to look out on our tranquil oasis in the backyard that was newly constructed, and this is just a great place for them to relax.
Yeah, speaking of being tranquil, it's really important for people to come outside and just decompress a little bit and be in a space that's safe, where you even have a garden later in the summertime. I know it's not, we're just past the harvest time, but in the spring you'll have a garden out here where people can kind of do those things and participate outside. But that's all what this space is. It's all new, and it designed to create a kind of a community or a family atmosphere. You kind of run it as such.
And that is awesome. Yes, we have a Veggie Garden. Shout out to United Relief Foundation, Frank Salato, who has given us the opportunity for the participants to tend and to be able to enjoy some of the vegetables that we grow even in our backyard.
For people who want to know more about how you work off a budget, you get donations, if there's something that people want to donate, how do they go about doing that, and how do you guys get the funds to continue to operate the facility?
So, Inner Voice and Eddie Beard is funding through the Veteran Affairs, as well as HUD, the Department of Health and Urban Development. And so also we have private funders, which has also funded the landscaping and the work that has been done here in the backyard. And so people can be able to donate and communicate with Inner Voice from www.ivchi.org, or they can visit our Facebook page, The Inner Voice Inc.
Fantastic. All right, so Halbert, thank you very much. Now it's Jonathan's time. Shed some light on what you do, because it's important, the job aspect. I mean, getting the housing situation is definitely key one, but the second key is getting them back out in the field to earn a living, right?
That's right. So I'm an employment specialist with our Homeless Veterans Reintegration program. And what we do is we take veterans who are currently homeless and unemployed, we work with them, and we find them jobs.
And that's got to be really important. Going back to what Halbert was saying, these facilities here, you supply them with the proper necessities to be ready for the job interviews. You have a little area there where you can go on the internet and look around, make calls. But not only that, but also, soap, shampoo, showers, everything, a place for them to get themselves together, get dressed, and get out in the world. And do you help with all of that, the whole organization, of course, but getting jobs, how does that work? How do you work with the vets to get them the jobs?
So each candidate comes through, we interview them, we sort of do a top to bottom review, see what they're good at, see what their background is, and then we sit down and we start looking at our the employers that we work with, see which one's a good fit, and then we'll get them on the phone with the employer that day. A lot of times a guy will come in, he'll have a pre-screening interview with the employer right there, and they're hired within a day.
That's fantastic. So that's a pretty short turnaround process. I mean, you guys, we want them to be able to get in here. I mean, I guess you don't want them here very long. You just want to help them and then move them on their way, because that means then things are all working, right?
That's exactly right.
Right. All right.
We work with over 200 veterans every year, and I'm a veteran myself, and every day I feel like I'm just helping my brothers and sisters from the military.
What branch of the service?
I was in the Navy.
Thank you very much. Okay, Jonathan, thank you. I appreciate it. And now we have Henry. How are you, sir?
All right, I'm good.
So, Henry, you were the participant in this program. You had the help of these fine gentlemen over here and everybody else that is part of this organization. And today's move-in day for you. That's a big day, right?
Yes, it is.
So that's the goal is to have a moving day where you can move out of this place and move on to where you're going to live. And you found an apartment up a little bit of ways from here. But tell me how that whole process worked.
Well, when I got in here and program called Thresholds, they brought me here to Eddie Beard. I was a participant before, but I had 3 goals when I got in here, and it was like money for my dental. First, I needed a place to have a roof over my head, which is the Eddie Beard, that provided that for me, and then a job. And I was in the job program. It's a 3-day class. Resume writing, all that put together. They provided me with clothing, boots, all that I needed to do the job, which was great. And I needed that bus cards to get you started until you get that first paycheck. And then my main goal was housing. And I got that. And, it's hard. People think it's easy, but it's what you want.
Right. You told me earlier out when we were talking, people can help you all you want, but the person who needs the help has to want the help, right? And want to get on with things.
And that's why Eddie Beard Center is like a launch pad for me, where I got the housing, I have my meals, take a shower, things that we take for granted. All that was here for me to do everything I needed to be done. The job program, a place to stay. They sent me in the right directions on what I needed. I didn't know that all this had to be done and got done. And if it wasn't for Eddie Beard, I would not be saying I'm moving today after 3 months.
3 months, that's a short turnaround to be, you were homeless before and now you're on your way to your apartment later on today, your new apartment, right?
Right, and I just like to put this out there. Jackie, which is the executive director, and then my director here, Mr. Williams. And I have to say for Mr. Williams, he stuck with me, patient. And you know, he's very patient with me. And you know what, and I don't think if it wasn't for him and all the other staff and their guidance, I would not be moving out today if it wasn't for them. And I have to say that, you know, and I say that with my heart, yeah.
Absolutely. What branch of the military did you serve in, sir?
Navy.
Thank you for your service, and I'm happy to be able to tell this story where you are now going later on today to your new apartment in the city. You got your job situated and squared away, correct?
Yes, everything is fitted into place. I didn't think so when I first got in. It was hard. It was a tough road. And now it's like bittersweet that I'm actually kind of sad that I'm leaving.
Sure.
But I'm so happy that I'll have my own space, things that I can do now and move on.
John, you helped this gentleman here and others be able to find jobs. What does it mean to you to hear something like that when they're about moving out for the day?
It's very satisfying. You know, I've worked other jobs, worked for companies, I was an attorney, but nothing has been as satisfying as this. You know, every day I help someone with their real life, make their lives better.
Fantastic. And Halbert, I'm not going to leave you alone here. I got one more thing for you. You heard these two gentlemen just speak, and you have one of your participants moving on. What does that mean for you when people ask you what you do and how this makes a difference in the community? I mean, here we are on Chicago's South Side. You're in the neighborhood. You're hearing about one of your participants moving on. What's that mean for you?
It's very purposeful. It's self-fulfilling, you know, to see someone, and so it lets me know that we're doing something right. You know, that's really the reward at the end of the day, seeing someone come through and accomplish their goals.
For more information for people who might be in need of assistance, or just in general want to learn more about it, can you give me that site again?
Most definitely. It's www.ivchi.org. And they can also reach us and like and subscribe to our Facebook page, The Inner Voice, Inc.
Fantastic. Thank you, all three of you gentlemen. I appreciate the work that you guys are doing. I very much so, and so does everybody in Chicago. Great job, all three of you. And congratulations and best of luck on the new job, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so that is the Chicago Scene today. T. Barnes at WGNTV.com. If you have a suggestion for the Chicago Scene, that's TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. Thanks.